Hey, everyone. This is your weekly dose of A Star. And for all of my loyal listeners, you might be able to tell that we're not in our normal location, but that's just because we wanted to mix things up this week for my special guest, Heather Stumberg, who happens to be the owner of your CBD store right here in Cedar Falls, Iowa. How are you doing today,
I'm
Heather?
doing great.
Awesome. I'm really excited to be here. Super pleased to have met you. And I just love that everything that you're going for with this franchise and bringing something new to an Iowa area. Would you want to just start off with a little bit of your origin story for the audience? Just give them a
Sure.
little bit about you.
I've always worked with the public, so either the general population. I was a paraeducator and substitute teacher, so I worked in the schools.
Mm-hmm.
And my passion has always been working with people.
Sure.
I resigned from the school system in 2017 to take care of my mother, who was ill with cancer.
Okay.
And during that time, got a little bit more involved with researching cannabis, cannabis companies, and that's kind of what's led me to this point.
Sure. So you kind of saw that there was a problem with her health and just kind of wanting to look for different options to help her out.
Yes, I was looking for something that could, help her with her inflammation and pain, and then also just wanted her to research even into the medical cannabis.
Okay. So upon your research, when did you realize that you wanted to make a business from?
Well, it wasn't until my husband was in Louisiana and he was on the golf course with a gentleman who owned your CBD store.
Okay.
Several of them actually in the Louisiana area, and was visiting with my husband. And my husband said my wife would absolutely be so interested in that. So he came back and we did a little research on the company, found out that it was a franchise, and that we could be a part of that. And once I did the research and knew that it was a reputable company, that's when I realized that I wanted to open a store here in Cedar Falls.
Awesome. When was the first day that you were open?
We opened in October of 2019.
Okay, so been running for almost 2 years now.
It'll be a year and a half almost. Yeah.
Awesome. So I guess the main product you sell is CBD, right? We have some right here for everyone to see. What is like the main property of CBD that really sparked your interest in selling it?
Okay. Well, CBD, cannabidiol, it's a chemical compound, and it comes from the cannabis sativa plant, which is hemp. Mm-hmm. Ours comes from hemp.
Okay.
There's also cannabis sativa plant, marijuana, they're cousin plants.
Right.
I was interested more in cannabidiol just in general because of the inflammatory properties, taking out inflammation in the body and just working with our own natural endocannabinoid system. Mm-hmm. The cannabidiol binds with our receptors in our body, and then just works naturally. So for me, being a natural property, that's what I was most interested in.
Right. So we have these cannabidiol receptors in our body. So
well, we have CB1 and CB2 receptors is what they're called.
Okay.
Cannabidiol is a cannabinoid that's found in the sativa plant.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
along with several other cannabinoids.
Right.
So, yeah.
So I know that there isn't very much education around CBD in general, which is why it's sometimes still seen as taboo. But if you were to explain it to somebody who literally has no idea what CBD is, just kind of wanting to just heard about it, or somebody who's maybe even interested in getting started on a plan of using regularly, what would you tell them?
I think just to make it easy for people and not to get too technical about it, CBD takes inflammation out of your body. Mm-hmm. That's the way that the compound works once it binds with our receptors. You have an endocannabinoid system. I have an endocannabinoid system. Dogs and cats. It just works with our own natural system, binds with our receptors, and then that's when people see the benefits.
Awesome. So what would you consider the main benefits of using besides just taking inflammation from the body?
I think overall it puts your body into a balance, into homeostasis. I think when your body's inflamed, that's when you have a lot of problems with different ailments,
Okay.
such as isolated areas of pain, anxiety, depression, arthritis. That's an inflammatory condition.
Right.
So CBD just puts your body in a balance. And once your body is in homeostasis, which is a difficult thing because most people are not in homeostasis, it takes a while to kind of get there. But it definitely, you can get benefits from
So
using
really
it.
just like healing properties that, I mean, you technically can't prescribe this or anything,
No.
but there are people out there who have seen true benefits from using these products. And I know that there are several misconceptions about CBD because of, you mentioned their cousin THC.
Yep.
Can you compare and contrast maybe those two?
Yeah. And THC isn't necessarily the cousin of CBD. Hemp and marijuana would be the cousin. The cannabis sativa plants that would be cousins. And hemp produces a large amount of CBD, and by dry weight only produces the 0.3%, which is federally legal, whereas the marijuana plant produces less CBD and then a much higher percentage of tetrahydrocannabinol, which is THC.
Okay.
It's more like 30% by dry weight that produces.
Gotcha. So CBD is federally legal.
CBD is federally legal.
Yes. Okay.
Whereas marijuana's not.
Right. Well, that's awesome because, I mean, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, people would have been laughing at us for even mentioning it. But it's really forward thinking that we're even able to sit here and have this conversation and be open and honest about how we can really change lives with this. I understand like you can't really promote this as a medicine, but do you have any like a personal testimony or a family friend who maybe has really seen a good outcome from using?
Yeah, we have a lot of customers. I myself, and I don't really like to necessarily use testimonies, but I myself was able to wean off an antidepressant, managing cannabidiol into my diet. We don't really consider it medicinal. It's more supplemental.
Okay.
So just like vitamins aren't regulated by the FDA, neither is CBD.
Okay.
So that is a little bit of the difference between marijuana, CBD. Obviously, it's regulated. CBD is not.
Right.
But as far as a testimony, I was able to wean off. We have a lot of customers that come in, and what I like to hear is that they feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it works with so many different things and provides so many benefits. It's really hard just to pinpoint all of the benefits, but
yeah, because it could, be different for every single person.
It is different for
somebody could be suffering with knee pain. The other person just needs to calm their nerves from anxiety. And I think that's what's super amazing about it in general. Also, that you even have a testimony to say that you have seen benefits from it. I know off camera, I think it was when we met last time, you mentioned that you can even use CBD with a prescription medicine. So what does that look like?
Well, there aren't any known side effects using it with medications, but I do recommend that anybody that comes in here and talks to me about it, that they talk to their doctor. I know some of the research with certain medications, it would be a different delivery method on what I would suggest for them to take.
Yeah.
But also, it's just important that they talk to their doctor. I mean, it's important that the doctors are really on board too.
Yeah.
Especially if people are using blood thinners, anybody that is taking heart medications. It's important for their doctors to know that they're taking these products.
Right, exactly. I'm really happy you mentioned that because it's important that we're just honest about the different consumption uses as well. I see here you have, I think these are Are these gummies?
They are gummies.
And these are drops?
That's a tincture, sublingual tincture that goes underneath your tongue.
Okay. So can you talk to us a little bit about the different ways to consume?
Sure. We have several different delivery methods. We have a water-soluble product that is the fastest acting product. It takes about 15 minutes to absorb into your system. It goes into a water beverage.
Okay.
And the next fastest would be tincture, a sublingual tincture, usually about 45 minutes for it to work with your body and for you to notice something. It has to break down and metabolize like a vitamin, so it takes a little bit more time. The capsules that we have, water-soluble capsules, work the same way. They have to break down in your body, and so they take a little bit longer to take effect, same as with the gummies. And then we do sell vapes in our store. The vapes don't contain any THC, so they don't even have the 0.3, which is federally legal. And that is the very fastest way to get any sort of benefit would be to vape, because it gets into your bloodstream the quickest.
Awesome. Thank you for letting me know.
Sure.
I also noticed here that this is CBN.
Yep.
What's the difference between CBN and CBD?
Okay, CBN is just another cannabinoid. It's cannabinol, and it's a derivative of THC. So it's a cannabinoid that's used to promote more of a relaxing feeling. So it's good to take for sleep.
So CBN would be more of a nighttime feeling rather than like maybe CBD would just take away your brain fog, let you know that you're going to have a good day and you can relax a little bit, but you're still going to have the energy to go about your day and do the tasks.
Absolutely. And that also contains CBD. That particular product has CBD in it. It just has a high content of cannabinol. And then that particular gummy also has the 0.3 THC. So not only do you have that, then you have the derivative CBN, of THC. And so you're just going to get that higher percentage of kind of those relaxing cannabinoids.
Awesome. So this is like, I'm sitting here looking at it and it almost looks as if it resembles melatonin in a way. So somebody who maybe can't sleep at night, this is a hemp supplement, CBN, blueberry gummies. Like, I would definitely recommend trying it if you have had any interest in just what it can do for your body and your mind, just to relax. I know that it's also important when we talk about the benefits to touch on possibly like the dangers or side effects that could be involved, just so that we can educate anybody who wants to know. Could you touch on those?
And there's not really any known side effects with the research that's out there. The only thing that I would see as being dangerous is someone that would be consuming a product that they didn't know anything about.
Yeah.
So I would always recommend to buy the CBD products where the hemp is grown in the United States.
Yeah.
Also, the products have gone through third-party testing. You can look up the lab reports and see that they don't contain pesticides, anything like that in their products.
Yeah.
So that, to me, would be really the biggest danger, is maybe taking a product because it isn't regulated, the industry. You need to know what you're taking.
Right. And as somebody who has bought from you, I have used the QR codes on these to look up the lab reports. And it's, as somebody who doesn't really understand chemistry, it's still nice to see every single chemical compound that you're putting in your body, just so that you're aware of what it is. Like, you literally see the full lab report if you just scan the code. It's so simple and easy. That way you just know what you're getting into.
Yeah, and there's a lot in the lab report that is difficult to understand, but what I like to break down is see what percentage of the cannabinoids are in there.
Okay, can you go into that a little bit more?
Well, it would be beneficial for someone, for example, that would get drug tested. People ask all the time, would this show up on a drug test? And my answer is, it could very easily show up on a drug test.
Sure.
Definitely if it contains the 0.3 THC.
Yeah.
If it has cannabinol in it, which is a derivative of THC, it could very well show a false positive. So that's important to be looking at the product and know what cannabinoids are in there.
Yeah.
The research that I've done is that cannabidiol alone, CBD, wouldn't show up on a drug test. I don't know for sure. the way they work with everybody's system could be
Yeah.
different, and someone could very easily show a false
Awesome.
positive. But I know with the cannabinol and the zero point 0.3 THC, it would definitely show as positive on a drug test.
That's
And that's
really good to
important
know.
for people that get drug tested
Yeah.
at their jobs.
Because it's an important issue to touch on. There are drug tests every day.
Yep.
So just make sure you're aware of that if you are interested in trying anything. I guess, is there any specific other products that are on the market? I also see you have like bath bombs, topicals, dog treats.
We carry a full line of dog products. Like I said, they have an endocannabinoid system too. So we have treats that work well, benefit them if you have an anxious dog.
Yeah.
And then also the tinctures work like they do for humans. They build up in the system and they can help with inflammation. So for some of those older dogs, they could receive benefits.
Yeah, that's
from that
incredible
also.
because I mean, if you do have any pets, that's incredible to know that if you're becoming healthy from something that you can give the same thing to them.
Absolutely.
And dogs are like children, so you want to help them grow into something as well, something beautiful.
Sure.
Um,
And then we do have bath bombs,
Yeah.
like you said. They have 100 milligrams of CBD, and they're great to put in the tub and just to relax. Might take care of some of those body aches, just make you feel a little bit better.
yeah.
And then we also carry a skincare line. So we have skincare that contains CBD
Oh.
also. So we have daytime moisturizers, nighttime moisturizers that you can use all over your body.
Might have to try
collagen
those.
cream, yeah, those are wonderful.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's awesome to see a wide range of products available because, somebody may not want to try the full spectrum, but getting to just try like a hand lotion could be beneficial for somebody just kind of wanting to get their foot in the door and just see where it takes them. But yeah, and I also wanted to touch on the fact that you say like, could you repeat it? Cannabidiol? Cannabidiol.
Yeah.
So these are big words, but honestly, like I just want to emphasize to the audience that even though it sounds so scientific, we're just giving you this information so that you can be a little bit more educated on researching these products, because a lot of times when you go to a doctor and get a prescription, they could tell you that you don't even know what chemicals are in it and how it's actually affecting your brain. So literally this is all laid in front of you. You know exactly what you're putting into your body. And that is what is so amazing about it to me. And I actually have tried the products as well. So being somebody who has tried this and giving my testimony, I can say that it's calmed my anxiety. And I honestly just want to try more of them. The bath bombs are literally staring me in the face right now.
We'll send you home with one of those today.
Oh, thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. So we've talked a lot about the business
Sure.
and what you're going for. Is there any like what is your vision for this as we go forward?
My vision would be to open another store in Waterloo.
Yeah.
And then I also see the industry. I mean, the industry is just booming. I mean, CBD is everywhere.
Yeah.
I love that this is a brick and mortar store that people can come in and they can sit down and we can sit here and visit
Yeah.
about what's bothering them, what they're looking for something
It's
for.
so comfortable.
Yeah, it's just a comfortable atmosphere, and I'm building a relationship with my customers.
Yeah.
I've always been customer based. I don't want to be that shop where someone comes in and I'm behind the counter. How can I help you? I want it to be a really good experience that we build on and continue to build on over time, and that they come in and feel comfortable. And if they want to come in and sit and read a new book that I
Yeah.
have, they can come in and have a cup of coffee and
Yeah.
sit, and we can chat about the new research that's
Yeah.
out there.
It's definitely a fun and friendly atmosphere, somewhere that you will want to come more than once. Like you're going to want to come back.
So another location in Waterloo.
Yeah.
And then I see our company getting more cannabinoid specific. So like these products that are sitting out here that contain CBG, which is cannabigerol, which is really good for mind fog. It also can promote energy. And then you have the CBN, which is good for promoting sleep. I see the industry getting more cannabinoid specific. People
Awesome.
are going to say, I need something for this, and there's going to be a cannabinoid that is going to be beneficial for them.
And that would be awesome because everybody's body is different. We all have different preferences.
Yep.
So seeing more options would be really beneficial. So outside of managing the store, do you have any other hobbies?
I do a little jewelry making. I've done that for a number of years. And then probably what I like most is to be outside. I like to be
Yeah.
on the river kayaking. And obviously in the wintertime in Iowa, we can't do that.
Yeah.
But in the summer, every weekend, I'm on the river.
That's awesome.
So that's where I'll
And the
be.
weather's warming up here, so
Yep.
it's really nice to just feel the good vibes of spring pouring in.
Yeah.
Also, I'm really interested to see some of your jewelry. It looks
Yeah.
beautiful on you. I love the teal color. It just has so much healing like vibes to it.
And that's all of our stores. All of our stores are pretty much the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Being the franchise. So this is kind of the color.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think it's
Definitely
kind of
fits your
comforting. Yep.
personality too.
Yeah.
So I love it. I mean, yeah, it's just really cool to see when like our passions align with our work so well. Like it doesn't even feel like going to work when you're here, I'm guessing.
And for me, that's what it was. I mean, my
Yeah.
passion is to work with people and to help people. So if our customers are getting benefits from this, I'm so happy.
Awesome. So just to wrap it up a little bit, would you want to end with any thoughts where we can find you going forward? If you have a website or something along those lines.
Yeah, you can always go. Our headquarters is sunflora.org.
Okay.
But I have my own personal, Your CBD Store, Cedar Falls. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and hopefully in Waterloo soon.
Awesome. We're looking forward to the new store, new product lines along the way. If you're in the area, Cedar Valley, Iowa, make sure to stop in and say hello to Heather, buy one of her products, and just experience the benefits of CBD for yourself, because you can listen to us all day, but until you really experience it, you won't know. So thank you, Heather, for being here. I enjoyed the conversation.
Yes, thank you for having me. And I wanted to say one last thing. We always
course.
have lots of samples. So
Okay.
if someone it's just a tough decision that they don't want to make
Yeah.
to pull that trigger right away, come and get some samples.
Yeah, it's great to offer that. Okay, well, I think that's all for today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time.